Afghanistan. Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're embarking on a journey to explore the rich history and current state of Afghanistan, a nation with a fascinating past and complex present. From being a crossroads of ancient trade routes to grappling with contemporary challenges, Afghanistan's story is one of resilience, diversity, and constant transformation. Throughout this video, we'll delve into the key historical epochs of Afghanistan, including its empires, invasions, and cultural contributions. We'll also discuss the country's recent history, the conflict, and the ongoing efforts for stability. Afghanistan, officially the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, is a landlocked country located at the crossroads of Central Asia and South Asia. Referred to as the Heart of Asia, it is bordered by Pakistan to the east and south, Iran to the west, Turkmenistan to the northwest, Uzbekistan to the north, Tajikistan to the northeast, and China to the northeast and east. Occupying 652,864 square kilometers, 252,072 square miles of land, the country is predominantly mountainous with plains in the north and the southwest, which are separated by the Hindu Kush mountain range. Kabul is the country's largest city and serves as its capital. Human habitation in Afghanistan dates back to the Middle Paleolithic era, and the country's strategic location along the historic Silk Road has led it to being described, picturesquely, as the roundabout of the ancient world. Popularly referred to as the graveyard of empires, the land has historically been home to various peoples and has witnessed numerous military campaigns, including those by the Persians, Alexander the Great, the Maurya Empire, Arab Muslims, the Mongols, the British, the Soviet Union, and most recently by a US-led coalition. Afghanistan also served as the source from which the Greco-Bactrians and the Mughals, amongst others, rose to form major empires. The various conquests and periods in both the Iranian and Indian cultural spheres made the area a center for Zoroastrianism, Buddhism, Hinduism, and later Islam throughout history. The modern state of Afghanistan began with the Durrani dynasty in the 18th century, with the Durrani Afghan Empire being formed by Ahmad Shah Durrani. The Durrani Empire led conquests in which, at its peak, encompassed land that spanned from eastern Iran to northern India. However, Dost Muhammad Khan is sometimes considered to be the founder of the first modern Afghan state. Following the Durrani Empire's decline and the death of Ahmad Shah Durrani and Timur Shah, a succession crisis occurred between Zaman Shah Durrani, Mahmud Shah Durrani, and Shah Shuja Durrani. Under the rule of Mahmud Shah, the execution of Fateh Khan Baratside led to the overthrow of the Durrani dynasty, leading it to be divided into multiple smaller independent kingdoms, including but not limited to Herat, Kandahar, and Kabul. Afghanistan would be reunited in the 19th century after 7 decades of civil war from 1793 to 1863, with wars of unification led by Dost Muhammad Khan from 1823 to 1863, where he conquered the independent principalities of Afghanistan under the Emirate of Kabul. Dost Muhammad died in 1863, days after his last campaign to unite Afghanistan, and Afghanistan was consequently thrown back into civil war with fighting amongst his successors. During this time, Afghanistan became a buffer state in the great game between the British Empire and British-ruled India and the Russian Empire. From India, the British attempted to subjugate Afghanistan but were repelled in the First Anglo-Afghan War. However, the Second Anglo-Afghan War saw a British victory and the successful establishment of British political influence over Afghanistan. Following the Third Anglo-Afghan War in 1919, Afghanistan became free of foreign political hegemony and emerged as the independent Kingdom of Afghanistan in June 1926 under Amanullah Khan. This monarchy lasted almost half a century until Zahir Shah was overthrown in 1973, following which the Republic of Afghanistan was established. Since the late 1970s, Afghanistan's history has been dominated by extensive warfare, including coups, invasions, insurgencies, and civil wars. The conflict began in 1978 when a communist revolution established a socialist state, and subsequent infighting prompted the Soviet Union to invade Afghanistan in 1979. Mujahideen fought against the Soviets in the Soviet-Afghan War and continued fighting amongst themselves following the Soviets' withdrawal in 1989. The Islamic fundamentalist Taliban controlled most of the country by 1996, but their Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan received little international recognition before its overthrow in the 2001 U.S. invasion of Afghanistan. The Taliban returned to power in 2021 after capturing Kabul and overthrowing the government of the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, thus bringing an end to the 2001 to 2021 war. In September 2021, the Taliban re-established the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan with an interim government made up entirely of Taliban members. The Taliban government remains internationally unrecognized. Afghanistan is rich in natural resources, including lithium, iron, zinc, and copper. It is also the world's largest producer of opium, second largest producer of cannabis, and third largest of both saffron and cashmere. Ancient roots and the Silk Road. Afghanistan's history dates back thousands of years, with the region playing a pivotal role along the famed Silk Road. It connected cultures, facilitating trade and cultural exchange. Historically, the ethnonym Afghan was used to refer to ethnic Pashtuns. The Arabic and Persian form of the name, Afghan, was first attested in the 10th century geography book Hudud al-Alam. The last part of the name, Stan, is a Persian suffix meaning place of. Therefore, Afghanistan translates to land of the Afghans, or land of the Pashtuns in a historical sense. The name Afghanistan, land of the Afghans Pashtuns, can be traced to the early 8th to 14th century, when it designated the easternmost part of the Kardid realm. This name was later used for certain regions in the Afavid and Mughal empires that were inhabited by Afghans. While based on a state-supporting elite of Abdali's Durrani Afghans, the Sad's Durrani polity that came into being in 1160 to 1747 was not called Afghanistan in its own day. The name became a state designation only during the colonial intervention of the 19th century. Tents of Afghan nomads in the northern Bajis province of Afghanistan. Early peasant farming villages came into existence in Afghanistan about 7,000 years ago. Many empires and kingdoms have also risen to power in Afghanistan, such as the Greco-Bactrians, Indo-Scythians, Kushans, Kidarites, Hephthalites, Alkhans, Neziks, Zunbils, Turk Shahis, Hindu Shahis, Lauiks, Saffarids, Samanids, Ghaznavids, Durids, Khaljis, Kardids, Lodis, Surs, Mughals, and finally, the Hotak and Durrani dynasties, which marked the political origins of the modern state. Throughout millennia, several cities within the modern-day Afghanistan served as capitals of various empires, namely, Bactria, Balkh, Alexandria on the Oxus, Ai-Khanum, Kapizi, Sigil, Kabul, Kunduz, Zaranj, Firozkoh, Herat, Ghazni, Binban, Bamiyan, and Kandahar.